Hey everyone, it's me, Katie. I am applying the Milk Hydro Grip Primer all over my face. This primer is 100% magical, just like my elf costume. He. Anyways, it worked really well to make sure none of the many layers of makeup I put on moved. Here you can see me making sure that the primer is completely dry before I apply my color corrector. The color corrector I used was just the e.l.f. one, and I just wanted to make sure I covered my dark circles, and I used a peach color corrector from LA Colors, which is a Dollar Tree brand, and this color corrector works really well, at least for me. And what's really cool about this costume is that it cost me a total of $8. I bought the e.l.f. ears off of Amazon, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I am using some soap to soap down my eyebrows to make sure they're kind of glued down because I did want to block out my eyebrows. Now, this is probably the fourth time I've ever done this, and I didn't do a really good job. You will see, but I did what I had to do. My eyebrows are very thick and, as you can see, black, just like my hair. So even though I wanted to block them out, it didn't come out that great, but it came out better than if I hadn't blocked them out at all. I have my hair super slicked back for my wig that I will be applying later. I look really funny throughout this video. But yeah, I tried to do some braids. I didn't have the patience, so I just gelled down my hair. This makeup did take me 3 hours to complete. I am applying the Juvia's Place concealer only under my eyes. But yeah, it took me 3 hours to complete, even though I was rushing because I wanted to make sure I got to the party on time. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was a office party. And now I'm applying the BB cream, and I put that right near the concealer. I was going to use the foundation brush I usually use, but I got this new one from Real Techniques, and I am absolutely in love with it. I think it's like $10, I'm not sure, which might be too expensive for a brush, but for me, it's completely worth it. I mean, the precision in applying the foundation is amazing. I say foundation even though it's BB cream and concealer, but the concealer is very thick. As you can see, it's very heavy coverage. So that's why I said foundation. But I love this brush. Even though it took me a while to blend everything out, like I said, the precision was very important to me. Like, it just blended everything beautifully, and I felt like it gave me an airbrushed finish. I really liked this brush, but yeah. I did apply another layer of peach color corrector for under my eyes because I could still kind of see the darkness of my under eye circles. Then I applied some concealer on my eyebrows after I powdered them down. And I wanted to let the color corrector kind of dry a little bit, so I moved on to the concealer onto my eyebrows. Like I said, this process took me a long time just because my eyebrows are so thick and black. I did blend it out with a sponge, which worked all right. I did apply some more powder, and while my eyebrows were baking, I blended out my peach color corrector with my finger. Then I went ahead and applied another layer of concealer over the peach color corrector. But yeah, like I said, this costume only cost me $8. I used the dress that I already had, which I've worn to work on many occasions, because who likes to wear pants? Am I right? Yeah, the only thing I really bought for this was the e.l.f. ears, and you can buy a wig if you want. This wig I had from last year. So after I made sure the base looked nice and flawless, I went ahead and started to contour. I contoured like this so I could kind of maybe get away with having cheekbones. And My face is very round, so I tried to make it look more angular with these types of lines. And of course, contoured my jaw, my non-existent jaw. And I contoured my nose very heavily because to me, elves have very angular, skinny features. I feel like skinny is the wrong word, but just very pointy. But yeah, to me, elves are just, they have angular features. So I contoured the crap out of my nose. So after I put on the brown contour, I took some concealer, placed that on the sides of my nose and lightly down the middle. The skinnier the line, the skinnier your nose will look. Then I blended out the concealer on the sides with the sponge. I tried to blend out the brown, the dark brown, with my finger, but it was actually removing the many layers of makeup I had on because my hands are so sweaty. So I just took a small brush and lightly, super lightly blended it out. It took me a very long time, but like I said, I did it super lightly. And I just used the same brush to blend out the contour on the rest of my face as well. I went ahead and brushed off the powder off of my eyebrows, and then I applied some concealer again. And I did take a smaller brush and dipped into my e.l.f. contour palette and just went in to define the nose a little bit more. And I drew a skinny line. After I touched up the contour on my nose, I blended out the concealer with a sponge, and it was just not working. Like there's these two spots on the eyebrows that were just not being covered. So I took a clean spoolie brush and just dipped it into my concealer and tried to comb between the hairs, and that helped out a little bit. And then I just blended it again, and you can see me taking the small brush and just going in with some more contour. Because like I said, I wanted to make myself look as pointy as possible. I did apply some highlight on my Cupid's bow. And then I blended out my concealer on my eyes. And I applied white eyeliner on my lower lash line. My boyfriend came home and I looked at him. He said, "Where are your eyebrows?" And I had to reassure him that I still had them. They were just covered up. So I was kind of happy that to him it looked like I had no eyebrows. I think I did okay. Then I went in with white eyeshadow and went on top of the white liner. And just to make sure it's set and wouldn't move. I did put on some eye primer for the eyeshadow because I did want to keep my eyelids looking natural, but the concealer just creased so much because my eyelids are so oily. So I decided to go in with some eye primer, and I took an eyeshadow that was close enough to my natural skin tone and just put that all over my lid. I took a white, not black, but white face paint and extended the white eyeliner and eyeshadow that I had previously put on to be more towards the inner corner of my eye. I was out of frame for most of it, but you can see where the white was extended. Then I took a couple different green glitters and applied those onto my lid. I took a dark green. Oh, well, they're not glitters, they're more metallics. But I took a dark green metallic shadow and put that in the middle of my eye. And then I took a light green one and put it all over the rest of my lid. After that, I created the most dramatic wing a girl could dream of. What I like to do to make sure it's very pointy on the ends is I take a like a face paint brush and lick it because it's my brush and I use it on my face. So yeah, I can lick my brush, and I lick it and just lightly go over the end of my liner, of my winged liner. and try to make it as pointy as possible. Here I am with my fan trying to be bougie. I was listening to music and I was getting it, okay? Okay. Then I did mascara on my top lashes, and I felt like I needed some more drama, so I took some black face paint and made some fake eyelashes near the bottom of my eyes. And here you can see me applying so much blush. I love blush. I took a cream blush, applied that, and then I took a powdered blush that was more pink and applied it on top. And I just kept blending it out until I was happy. I did apply it on the tip of my nose. And I did wear some fake lashes to bring out the drama of the eyes. And I'm so happy with how they came out. Oh, I did apply mascara on my bottom lashes as well. So after this, my camera died, which is why I'm already all done up. But besides putting on my dress and my jewelry, with the black eyeliner, I made sure to bring the black eyeliner pointed, very pointed in my inner corner. Like I extended it past my inner corner. Now, here's my wig cap all on. I wanted to wear this cute silver wig because I feel like silver would have been a perfect color for an elf. But after I put it on and with the type of dress I had on, because it was a midi dress, I felt more like a grandmother than an elf. So I had to change it. Oh, I also forgot, besides the white face paint I put on the bottom, I also did put glitter on my face and highlight, which is why my nose looks so good. So snatched. But yeah, here you can see me changing the wig. So this is a wig I got from Spirit Halloween like last year. I've only used it once. I know it looks crazy, promise you. It looked so good by the time I combed it out. I did have to cut the bangs a little bit. Because after I comb it out, you can see that the bangs are pretty long. They were poking me in my eye. I was not happy or comfortable. So just quickly, I tried to fix the bangs because, like I said, I was in a rush. This look did take me 3 hours to complete, and that's a rush. You can see my eyebrows, like, you can just see them. I did all that for nothing, but, I mean, it still looks good. I'm glad I did it, even though you can still see my eyebrows very clearly. But look at me, I'm such a professional cutting my own bangs. Look at me. Psych. Girl, what is you doing? She don't know. But yeah, just like with makeup, the way I was cutting my wig is little by little, because you don't want to go in with something big, a big snip, and you can't add that hair back on. So it's better just to, go slowly and just keep cutting till you're happy. After I was happy with the length of the bangs, I put on this cute little headband that my sister's mother-in-law gave me. It came with her hummingbird feeder and she didn't want it, and she was like, do you want this? I was like, yeah, I can use that as a headband. What you mean? And look, perfect for my costume. I'm glad I kept it. Just put on the headband, which is not a headband, but used it as a headband, tied it in the back, and then I made sure it sat nicely on my head. I did double knot it to make sure it didn't move. And I did pull out some face framing hairs from the wig, because you can kind of see right here that you can see my black hair a little bit. So I pulled out some of the blonde to cover my sideburns. And honestly, I'm so happy with how this came out, y'all. The office party, you had to have your costume be under $20, and I did $8. I mean, of course, makeup and everything, but I didn't buy that specifically for this. This is just makeup I already had, so. Then I used this Radiant setting spray from NYX Cosmetics. It gave me an extra sparkle, which, I don't know. I just felt like elves need to be sparkly. So I applied a whole bunch of that. This makeup stayed on so well. I'm so proud of it. That Milk Hydro Grip worked so well. So these are the 8 Zola elf ears I bought. They came with 2 pairs, and they were so pink, so white, so pink. I actually had to put foundation on the other pair, and it came out so much better. Like, it actually ended up looking like it was part of my ear. Like, it looked very natural. Because if I had just kept them pink, they would have looked way too fake. And they were latex, so they were kind of like you just slip them on, and the foundation stayed on them. I mean, of course, if you rub on the ear, the foundation's gonna come off, but it stayed on really, really well. Yeah, because you see how cute the ear looks? Can you imagine if I kept him like white and or pink? Like that pink? Ugh. Would it look so fake? She's had work done. I don't know, y'all. Help me. I don't know. But here are both ears on, and I am obsessed. This is like, I don't know. I wish I could look like this every day. I want to be an elf. I've always loved elves, like from Lord of the Rings, or the elves from the Bright movie with Will Smith. Oh, I love that movie. And the elves are super hot, and I felt super hot. But yeah, I'm just fixing the pieces so that way my ears can show. So cute! I love it. I hope you guys love it. But that is all, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!